So you guys know that girl, Sophie Rain, that made like $37 million in a year off of OF? Yeah, that girl? Well, today I'm gonna explain to you how OFM was a big role in her being able to attain that much revenue generated in a year. I'm literally going to break it down because I'll tell you right now, she did not do that by herself. She had a team. Today, I'm gonna be explaining to you on the back end what that team looks like and what it takes in order to start OFM and just give you a general rundown of what OFM is. So for starters, OFM is when a OF creator partners up with a OF management team. This team provides the back end for the ability to give this model to scale, which means they need certain teams, certain roles, and certain structures built out in order for this model to even make more money. Now you're probably wondering, what does a partnership look like between an OF model and an OF agency, and why does an OF model even need an agency? Couldn't she just do it by herself? And yes, theoretically, a model could do all of this by herself, but she's only going to be able to reach a certain limit when she gets overwhelmed with the amount of work she realizes she has to do to even be able to make 50K in a month. Because let's be honest with ourselves, Amazon did not become a billion-dollar company running it with just one person. Same concept when it comes to these OF creators and why they need help, because you have to understand, they need to handle posting, they need to handle messaging, they need to handle marketing, they need to handle everything from A to Z to run their page and be able to make money. And if they do it all by themselves, they're not gonna get very far. And we also know that most of these models want to have somebody help them and do it for them, because again, they'd rather make more money giving a percentage of their earnings to a team than make less money doing it all by themselves. Before we do dive deeper into this video, I want to clear up a couple different misconceptions. Number one, you don't have to be an agency, and you don't have to be the face of your agency, and nobody has to know you're behind the agency. All you really need is an agency page, and you can do everything from that agency page without necessarily putting your face behind it. Number two, is this human trafficking? Is this prostitution? Is this a sex trafficking ring? No, this is not. You are working with models that are already on a platform, that have verified their ID and their age to even be on this platform. You will never ever get into any legal trouble with this business model. And another huge misconception is that this business model has gotten saturated. There's no such thing as saturation whenever you are very good at what you do. All you have to do is just simply outperform the other people, which in this industry is not that hard. Now you're probably wondering, what the hell am I supposed to do as a manager for an OF model? Well, for beginners, pretty damn simple. Your entire job is to make sure that this model's OF page is set up in a way that's going to bring people in to want to subscribe, to want to spend money, and to want to stick around and build a relationship with that model. On top of that, you also need to help the model market. So giving her strategies, coming up with different marketing ideas that you can run on her to bring her as many fans in as possible. Like literally, your entire goal should just to be focused on bringing in this model as many fans as possible. But there is something very important that you will need as a manager, and this is gonna be a back-end chat team to run the entire chat system on this model's page. Because this model's gonna have hundreds, if not thousands of people coming in that are going to want to speak with this model. Last but not least, you're gonna want to give this model content ideas, because if she's putting out a bunch of trash content, she's not gonna have anybody want to subscribe to the page. Now, let's summarize your job, because I don't want to overwhelm you. Again, your entire job is to make sure the page is efficient for when people come in, so they want to subscribe and they want to spend money. Number two, most important, is to be bringing in as many people as possible through various marketing methods, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Reddit, anything of that sort. The last thing you need to focus on is making sure the back end is properly built out. And honestly, there's a lot of teams that you can outsource to that literally make this entirely hands-off for you. So we've covered efficiently setting up the page to be able to maximize and scale. We've covered that you're gonna need to help this model market, and then you're going to need a back-end team to help her come up with the different kinds of content to sell in the page, and to also actually sell that content within the page, keep the page active, posting on it, and things of that sort. For the model side of things, you really want to find models that are super hungry and willing. This damn helicopter, man. They might be looking for me because all of this digital pimping that I've been doing. They got a manhunt out for a check right now. Again, you want your model to be as dedicated to this as you are. Because again, if you sign a model and she's not doing her part, it's gonna be nearly impossible to scale and make this model money. Make sure you're only working with hungry, determined, and consistent models. Now, a lot of you might ask, where do I find these models? It's honestly pretty simple. You'd be surprised how many friends you have that either know a model or can get connected to a model. You'd also be surprised that if you just sent a shit ton of DMs to a bunch of different models waiting for one of them to respond, you're eventually gonna get one response. I'm telling you, it's just a numbers game. You can literally message these models on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, any platform. I've landed most of my models through Instagram though, and some of my biggest models through Instagram. So if you're going to focus on outreach and go all in on outreach, definitely prioritize Instagram. And a huge question that gets asked a lot is, does the model need to be doing nudity? Does she need to be having intercourse on there? Truthfully speaking, the more the model does, the more potential she has to make money, because you have to understand, these fans are on there to see explicit content. So the more explicit the model is, the more potential she has to make more sales and actually make more money. Are there some models that make money not showing as much? Yes, but most of those models usually have really undeniable brands and a huge following with a lot of traffic coming into their page. With that being said, we've pretty much covered the basics of what OFM is, and I want to do more detailed videos, obviously, because there's a lot of you that know a lot about this business model, but there's a lot of you that know absolutely nothing. So I want you to understand that this video is for those of you that don't know that much about this business model. Now, I feel like we really covered the bare basics of this business model, and I feel like for those of you that have no idea about this business model, you at least learned a little bit more. Those of you that know about this business model and want further details on maybe certain marketing acquisitions or chat teams or back-end structures, comment it down below. I'm gonna be doing a lot more videos on OFM. If you guys enjoyed this video and found it very informational, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're new. I'm gonna be doing a mix of informational videos and lifestyle videos and just like degenerate videos. So stick around. All the content that's gonna be brought to you on here is gonna be absolutely ridiculous. I'm here to take over the industry. I'm here to literally have those people in the helicopter flying around looking for me because I'm breaking the internet. Like that's what we're doing here. So check officially out. If you made it this far, you're an absolute beast, and I'll see you in the next video. And if you are interested in possibly having your own agency overnight, I have a special link down for you below. Make sure to check that out.